Heading out for my run around Heart Lake. I get these inquiries quite often, emails, comments, and even phone calls asking about the construction business. Not about how to frame or how to side or even how to bid, although I do get those questions as well. What I'm talking about is the ones that go a lot deeper. I'm starting a business, or I'd like to start a business in construction or remodeling, and I want to know how to get started. How did you get your start? I'm interested in doing higher end stuff that I see you do. I'm interested in how you got into the business. Really deep questions with some really thoughtful answers, so maybe it's better to get those answers from somebody else. But what I can do is share what I've done and what's been successful for me. And I was thinking, you know, I don't want to do a really long video like a classroom, just sort of chat about some of the ideas that I have, what I've tried, what's been successful, and what has not been as successful. And doing it here in this vlog format in my Honda Element, I thought maybe what about a working title like Elemental Business? Because it's really not about construction. I think the answers would be the same whether you're starting a photography business, an accounting business, a small store on the corner, any kind of service business. Business is business. At the core of my business and what success I've had is something that I remember learning when I was younger, you know, from my dad. Don't chase the money. Do the job. Do what you're supposed to do. Do it to the best of your ability, and the money will find you. Focusing on your client's experience. So I'm not talking about just the quality of workmanship. That's important. Good tight glued miters, framing properly, crowning your studs, lining up your doors and windows so the trim works out. Those are the detailed things, and they are very important to running your business because they're your end product. But I'm talking about the entire experience from meeting your client, which means answering your phone, returning your phone calls, communicating with your client, both good and bad, on a regular basis, helps them have an understanding of what's going on, and they can be relaxed that they know you're on it. So even when the stuff comes up, that always does, that slow the schedule down or make it more expensive, if you're communicating, those things are a lot easier to deal with. Your clients will build a trust in you if you communicate. My first tip about starting your construction business is to work on communication. Communicate everything in every way possible. Phone calls, in person, texting, emails. You generate them yourselves. Communicate things that are going on with your client on a regular basis and respond when they have questions. A lot of times they start to see something they're not quite sure about, and all they need is just an answer, or at least an understanding that you understand it and that you're dealing with it. And if you don't, letting them know that you're going to look into it and get back to them. It keeps it from building up and boiling over and becoming something more than it is. If you're in the construction business, the remodeling business, the woodworking business, it is more important to become an expert at communication than at woodworking. If you become an expert at communication in your business, you will stand head and shoulders above your competition. If you become an expert in communication, you will be successful in your business. If you become an expert in communication, your business life will run very smooth. If you become an expert in communication, you will get more referrals from your clients than any of your competition. If you become an expert in communication, you will avoid lawyers in the courtroom. If you become an expert in communication, you will transform your clients into your friends. If you think these business tips are a good idea, be sure to give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, share the channel with others, and put your comments down below about things you'd like to know about. Thanks for taking the time to watch. Have a great day.